Tonight, if you hear a strange sound outside your room, you probably don't panic. You might check your phone, you might look out the window, you might ignore it and go back to sleep. But for most of human history, a sound in the dark is not background noise. It could be teeth, it could be claws, it could be something moving just beyond the firelight. For ancient humans, night is not quiet. Night is not peaceful. Night is the part of the day where the world becomes dangerous again. So what do they actually do when the sun disappears? They don't have lamps, they don't have locked doors, they don't have beds in safe rooms, they have fire, they have fear, they have stories, and they have each other. And what happens during those dark hours may be one of the biggest reasons humans become human. Today, night feels like rest. The day ends, the lights come on, the door locks, the room becomes safe. But ancient humans do not enter night like that. For them, sunset does not mean peace. It means the world has changed sides. During the day, humans can see paths, plants, water, footprints, faces, and danger. At night, most of that disappears. The same grassland that gives them food becomes a hiding place for predators. The same forest that gives them shelter becomes a wall of shadows. The same open land they cross in daylight becomes something they avoid after sunset. Because humans are not natural night hunters, a leopard can move through darkness almost silently. A hyena can smell weakness before a human hears it. An owl can detect movement that human eyes completely miss. But a human in darkness is fragile. A human trips, a human misjudges distance, a human hears something and cannot tell if it is wind, an animal, or death walking closer. So the first thing ancient humans do at night is simple. They stay close, close to the group, close to the fire, close to the voices they recognize. Because in the ancient world, being alone at night is not just scary, it is dangerous. Then comes fire. And fire changes the rules. At places like Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, researchers find some of the oldest evidence often linked to controlled fire use. But fire is not just warmth, it is a boundary. Imagine a small group sitting in darkness. Outside the firelight, the world is black. Inside the firelight, there are faces, hands, children, food, warmth, voices. That circle of light becomes one of the first human-made safe zones. Predators do not understand fire the way humans do. To them, it is bright, hot, unpredictable. And that gives humans something claws and teeth never give them. A small piece of the night that belongs to them. But fire does not just protect humans from the night, it gives them extra hours. Before fire, sunset almost ends useful activity. You stop moving, you hide, you wait. But with fire, humans can stay awake after dark. Not like modern people stay awake, not with bright rooms, phones, and endless noise, but enough to sit, enough to repair, enough to talk, enough to think. For the first time, the day does not fully end when the sun disappears. And once humans have extra hours, something strange begins to happen. They stop only surviving the night, they start using it. The ancient night is full of sound, wind moves through grass, branches snap, insects scream, animals call. Something walks where no one can see. Today we treat background noise like irritation, but for ancient humans, sound is information. A crack in the bushes could mean nothing, or it could mean something is close. A sudden silence can matter more than a loud noise, because sometimes the forest goes quiet before danger arrives. So ancient humans listen, not casually, carefully. Some people watch the edge of the firelight. Some listen beyond the conversation, some stay awake while others sleep. And this is probably why a small noise at 2 a.m. feels different from the same noise at 2 p.m. Your modern mind may know you are safe, but your nervous system is older than your bedroom. It still understands darkness as a place where information is missing. And when information is missing, the brain fills the gap with fear. That fear is not weakness, it is inheritance. But night is not only fear. This is where the story turns. Because once fire makes the group safe enough to sit still, the character of human life changes. Daytime conversation is practical. Where is the food? Who sees tracks? Which plants are ready? Who is hurt? Where is water? Daytime is for survival. But night creates a different kind of human. A quieter human, a more imaginative human, a human who has time to talk about things that are not directly in front of them. Anthropologist Paulie Wiesner studies firelight conversations among the Juhuansi people of the Kalahari, one of the best-known hunter-gatherer societies studied by researchers, and she notices something fascinating. During the day, people mostly talk about practical things, but at night, around the fire, the conversation changes. People tell stories, they joke, they talk about distant places, they remember people who are not there. They share myths, fears, adventures, and social bonds. That matters because stories are not just entertainment. For ancient humans, stories are storage. Before writing, a group's memory lives in voices. A story can teach children which animal to fear. A story can warn the group about a dangerous place. A story can explain where water appears during the dry season. A story can turn one person's mistake into everyone's knowledge. This is the part we forget. Human culture probably does not begin in a classroom. It begins in the dark, with firelight on faces and someone saying, "Listen." In a strange way, the campfire becomes humanity's first screen. Everyone gathers around it. Everyone looks at it. It produces moving light, shifting shadows, glowing shapes, and a shared focus. When someone speaks, the fire makes the story feel alive. A hand shadow becomes an animal. A spark looks like a spirit. A face half lit by flame makes a warning unforgettable. This may be why humans still love flickering light in the dark. A movie theater is basically a modern cave. A phone at midnight is a tiny fire you hold in your hand. The technology changes, but the posture is ancient. Humans still sit in darkness, staring at moving light, waiting for a story to explain the world. But there is one major difference. Ancient fire pulls people together. Modern screens often pull people apart. Around one fire, everyone sees the same light. Today, everyone has their own. Of course, not every ancient night is spiritual. A lot of it is practical. People repair tools. A broken spear point can mean failure the next day. A dull stone edge can mean less food. A damaged basket can mean losing gathered plants. So people work by firelight. Slowly, carefully, close to the flame, they scrape hides, twist fibers into cord, prepare food, check wounds, sharpen tools, watch children, feed the fire. Night work is different from day work. Day work is movement. Night work is close, patient, and small. Ancient humans do not treat night as wasted time. They use it, but they use it in rhythm with the body. Fire, food, talk, repair, sleep, wake, listen, sleep again. And above all of this is the sky. A sky most modern humans never truly see. Today the stars are hidden behind streetlights, buildings, pollution, headlights, screens, and glowing cities. But for ancient humans, the night sky is enormous. It is not decoration. It is a map, a calendar, a clock, a mystery. The moon changes what people can do. A full moon makes travel easier. A moonless night keeps everyone close to the fire. The stars help people track seasons. Certain patterns in the sky tell them when animals move, when weather changes, when plants return, when cold is coming. And because humans cannot look at patterns without creating meaning, the sky becomes a storybook. Animals, hunters, ancestors, gods, spirits, warnings. For thousands of generations, humans do not fall asleep under ceilings. They fall asleep under the universe, and that changes the kind of mind you become. But there is one more thing ancient humans do at night that feels strange today. They do not always sleep in one clean block. Modern people think normal sleep means this: go to bed, sleep for 7 or 8 hours, wake up, and if you wake in the middle of the night, you think something is wrong. But historical research suggests that before artificial lighting becomes common, many people sleep in 2 phases. A first sleep, a quiet, wakeful period, then a second sleep. Historian Roger E. Kirsch finds hundreds of old references to this pattern in diaries, medical books, court records, and literature. People do not always treat waking in the night as a disorder. They expect it. That quiet middle period can be used for prayer, thinking, talking softly, interpreting dreams, intimacy, or simply lying awake in the dark. And in the 1990s, psychiatrist Thomas Weir places people in long winter-like darkness without modern artificial light. After some time, their sleep begins to split naturally. They sleep for several hours, wake peacefully for a while, then sleep again. No one teaches them. Their bodies seem to remember. So when you wake up at 3 a.m. and feel strange, maybe your body is not simply broken. Maybe a very old rhythm is trying to surface. The problem is not that humans sometimes wake at night. The problem is that modern life gives that wakefulness nowhere to go. Your ancestor wakes and sees firelight. You wake and see notifications. Your ancestor listens to the dark. You listen to your own anxiety. Same body, different world. And then slowly, humans start removing the night. Better fires, oil lamps, candles, street lamps, gaslight, electric bulbs, screens. Each invention makes night safer. And that matters. Light reduces danger. It helps cities function. It lets people read, work, travel, and live with less fear. No one can blame humans for wanting light. Darkness has hunted us for too long. But progress always changes more than the problem it solves. When we fill the night with artificial light, we do not just make it easier to see. We change sleep. We change attention. We change social life. We change the sky. We change the meaning of night. The ancient night has an ending. Modern night keeps going. The sun sets, but the day continues. Your room glows, your phone glows, the street glows, the city glows, and your brain, which evolves around firelight and darkness, tries to understand why the sun is shining from your hand at midnight. This is the strange reversal. Ancient humans are afraid of the dark. Modern humans are afraid to be without light. So what do ancient humans actually do at night? They survive. But not only that, they listen, they guard the fire, they repair tools, they watch the stars, they care for children. They sleep in broken rhythms, they wake in silence, they tell stories, they remember, they imagine. And slowly, inside those dark hours, something changes. The night forces humans closer together. Fire gives them a circle. Fear gives them attention. Stories give them memory. Stars give them meaning. Dreams give them mystery. Maybe the day makes humans useful, but the night makes humans human. And now, most of us never know that night. We know bright rooms, blue screens, street lights, notifications, a world where darkness is treated like a technical problem. But somewhere inside you, the older night is still there. It is there when a sound wakes you up. It is there when you stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m. It is there when a campfire makes people speak more honestly. It is there when the sky is clear and for a second you remember to look up. Your ancestors live half their lives in that darkness, not empty darkness, living darkness, a darkness filled with danger, memory, voices, and stars. We think we conquered the night, but maybe we only forgot how to live inside it.